Hey guys, it's me, Kanye West. I heard I was being interviewed for a JDG assignment thingy, and this kid named Austin Boyer or something, or Chezzy Chaz or something, told me he wanted my input or wanted me to answer these questions. So I read the first question is, what motivates you to keep going during difficult times? For me, what motivates me is my mom. So when she died, of course, it was very sad for me. That whole thing that happened with like Taylor Swift and the award being snatched and like all that stuff going on. That's how we got My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. So I bounced back from the failure or hard times because we all know I was drunk on that stage, and it was a horrible night. But I did make that girl famous, if you do know. Um, but yeah, I just learned to bounce back, and my mom is who I look up to for motivation. Second question reads: Can you describe a moment when you had to make a hard decision? A hard decision I had to make was when I had to apologize for the Nazi stuff. Uh, originally I was gonna like make a tweet, but like I didn't think that would be appropriate. So like, cause like if I just said I'm sorry on Twitter, like what would that mean? What would that even mean? So what I do is I decided, what's up, girl? See, this is my dog. This is my dog. She like cost $1 million. I named her Gucci. What's up, Gucci? Mwah. You my Gucci. Um, and so what was I saying? Gucci. What was I saying? Oh yeah, that's right. I was talking about how like I was gonna get that stuff done because if I just made a Twitter post, nobody would care. And so, um, I love Gucci. Gucci's my dog. Um, Actually, I'm changing your name to Yeezy. Your name is Yeezy. How's that? See, I name my dogs after me. Um, yeah, I don't even have to have enough money to just like file in a name change report or whatever it is. But like anyway, back onto the track. My ADHD brain just gets off track sometimes. I forget to take my meds today, but I'm not doing any of that dark stuff. Uh, let's see. The Twitter, yeah, just doing a Twitter post wouldn't be efficient. So I went and put money. I think it was the Wall Street Journal, or was it New York Times? It was Wall Street Journal, and I took an ad out just to put my apology in, and that was worth like $12 million, dude. That was like one one something of my money, and it took a lot, but I did do it. And then I went to a rabbi and apologized. We all know that. The third question reads: How do you handle failure or setbacks? I take failure as like an opportunity. Sorry. Ooh. I take failure as it's that nitrous. I take failure as an opportunity to like bounce back in a way. So like y'all already know back in 2002 when I had that what was it, that car crash in my in my car, and like I almost died, man. I almost died. Thank God I'm still alive, man. But like, what was it? The car was all jumbled up, and my jaw was in the back of my mouth, and so I had to do a whole song. Like I made a whole song spitting through the wire because everybody was like, "How are you gonna come back? How are you gonna come back?" Well, guess what? I'm gonna come back by avoiding my doctor's orders and spitting a song or making a song with these wires on my jaw, which did not like, which hurt to like me, and it all sounded like I take an insert for breakfast, I take a Easter cake for Spencer for dessert. Somebody order pancakes, I just sit the scissor. See, like that's just me, and I learned to bounce back from the start, and that was my breakout hit. Um, Now let's go. Who inspired me growing up? See, a lot of people think Nas. Nas did really inspire me. Jay-Z, Hove, he inspired me. But then you got artists that aren't even artists. My mom, she inspired me. She inspired me a lot. That's why I was so close to her. She was my best friend, and like I'm just sad I lost her. I'm really sad that I lost her, cause like Donda, she was my friend. And like, yeah, see, even Yeezy's sad about this. Why you think Yeezy's putting her head down? And so, like, man, sadly, you didn't get to see Donna easy. So, like, uh, she was there for me. She was like, we would travel every chance we got. Actually, my first plane ride was when I was about like 8 years old, or no, not 8 weeks old, and like, she always she always brought the world to me, but that was if she wasn't bringing me to the world. We moved to China for about a year, and like, yeah, like, she always was getting me into new things. We were diligent in that. We just kept doing that. The fifth question reads, what does being a leader mean to you? Being a leader means you can, like, inspire people in a way. See, I've already inspired a generation of people. Like, I am one of the most known. I am a pioneer. I am Christopher Columbus of hip hop. I am the Martin Luther King Jr. of hip hop in a way. You see, with my one track, Jesus Walks, I led people to march. I led people to stand up and fight for themselves and bring themselves to Jesus. I performed that at like multiple churches, helping kids services. What was the one? It was like something Loot was my old. I forgot it. I shouldn't have done so much nitrous before, but it was something where everybody could like go and learn to rap, and it was really fun. And I've just inspired generations and generations. So you can be a leader too, even without realizing it, because you could have inspired somebody. The next track, dog, is how do you make sure others feel heard or valued? I always try to put like other people before myself. I know I see people joke around. There's this track on Life of Pablo. It was inspired for it, but like people like joke around and be like, "Oh, honey, I love you more than Kanye loves himself," or something like that. And the track goes like, "I miss the old Kanye. I love you just like Kanye loves Kanye." And there's just a funny song that I put on Life of Pablo. But like it's just for funs, and then but like I look at that and be like, yeah, it's a funny joke, but like, do they not realize that I'm not selfish, and I do look at other people the same way I look at myself? For instance, I brought many people into rap, like T-Pain. His favorite album is The College Dropout. He got his auto-tune inspiration off of like, there's little ad-libs on some of the tracks that I had. Yeezy, it's okay, Yeezy, and like you got so many people that has inspired me. Tyler the Creator, man, he's a profound artist, man. He like, sometimes I think he's a little bit better than me, but like, I love myself. But like, you got people ASAP Rocky, Kid Cudi, Travis Scott. Like, those are other generational artists that haven't been inspired by me, and yet I have brought them to this. I have, like, Travis Scott helped me write most of the songs on Yeezus. Kid Cudi helped me, or not Kid Cudi, Tyler the Creator helped write some of the songs too. Push, he is one of the best ever rappers that have come from under my wing. And Common, I brought him up, and I do care about other people. People don't realize that. 7th question reads, when working with others, how do you handle disagreements? So usually everybody knows me for like crashing out and being wild and stuff like that. And yeah, I am that type of person, but I have learned to handle disagreements. Usually I walk out of the room and just like try to like breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Like Luda said on the one track, you know what I mean. But like, it's just like, I don't want to be too much of a pain in the butt to people when I'm instructing them, because I feel like people need free range in a way and let their creative minds ensue. And like, I do. So yeah, I feel like a calm meditation, or thinking about how would this affect the team, or how would this affect this, like, just try to put others before myself, or yourself too. Question number 8 is, what is one mistake that taught you a very important lesson? It's very recent. With the Hitler stuff and the Nazi stuff, I learned not to go to things for hate. See, because the HH track, I could have used that beat for something much better. And the beat was banging, like boom, boom, boom. but like I shouldn't have used it to praise such an unholy man. Such like I just went to him in that symbolism for hate, and I hate that I went to Nazis. So I've learned that doing big things in such a quick manner, I gotta think fast, and I can't let time consume. Like I can't let time consume me, but I can't let me consume time. You know what I'm saying? Like can't think fast and react fast. You gotta think fast but react efficiently. The next question reads, how do you build trust with others? So this also comes back off of what I was saying about the Hitler stuff. I done took an ad out of the Wall Street Journal and like, like, paid and like actually took time out of my life to actually efficiently apologize. And then Bully performed really well. You can tell, even like, so like I had used AI or whatever you want to call it. I used that for reference tracks, and those are all on a CD. Which I'm sorry for my fans that got the physical edition, like already, but like soon the copy that's coming out with the actual good tracks is gonna come soon. Don't worry. But right now you can listen to it on Spotify. I'm not trying to advertise myself right now. But like with Bully, how it has performed, how people can trust me now. People can trust that I'm coming back. This is better than Vultures 1 and 2. Like, this is my best thing since Donda. People can trust how I am moving, how I am being honest with everything. I am not, like, lying about anything no more. Because, you know what? That's a sin. I don't want to end up in hell. I want to be where my mom is. I want to stay with my mom. As much as I love her, I love my mother. 10 question reads, we're halfway through, by the way. What values guide your decisions and the trust? Well, usually empathy, like how would this person feel about this if I did this? But also I think of, would my mom think that this is a good decision? Would my mom think that like what I'm doing is right? Of course, with the Nazi stuff, that wasn't an answer, but she, like I said, she is the person I look up to the most other than God. Gosh. And I think back to some of my actions, and I'm like, yeah, Donda would never have loved that, and she would want better. And I always tend to bounce back after thinking about that. How do you stay confident when other people doubt you? Okay, this one's the fun one. So how I stay confident is like I don't let other people assume me. That's the most Kanye thing, It was this one time we was in China. When I was 10, right? And so it was like winter. So like in my school, they didn't have like a heating system, or it wasn't working. So we had to we were bundled up, right? So all the other like Asian kids had like fingered like loose, so you could like put your fingers through the holes in the gloves and write with a utensil. I had normal gloves, and the teacher did not like that. She didn't approve of that. So she told me to give it back, and I didn't, and it ensued in tug of war. I ended up kicking her, and I look back and I was like, yeah, that was definitely Kanye. But I done apologize to her, and my mom made me apologize, if I'm being honest. But like, yeah. And I learned. And also, what was it? With my Yeezus album, with my 808s and Heartbreak album, nobody liked that stuff at first. 808s and Heartbreak, everybody's like, what is this other tune? What is this? And I'm like, man, if you don't like understand, 10 years later, I just inspired a generation with that album. The SoundCloud generation was inspired off of like Juice WRLD, like Axe, Uzi, Travis, inspired by 808s and Heartbreak. You got Yeezus, which the first track on site, everybody was like, what the heck is this? And it was that like that weird robotic noise, Daft Punk helped me like produce this. And then in the middle of it was a soul sample. And it was like, I'm gonna give you what you need, right? And then it goes right back to that. People were not digging it at first. Oh, excuse me, guys. Too much popcorn. But like people weren't digging it. But then that album like inspired a generation and inspired millions to make experimental. You got Danny Brown and JPEG Mafia. I worked with Peggy once. Danny Brown is really good at what he does. Danny Brown made that one album together with Peggy, Scaring the Garden, lawn material. I'm assuming I can't cuss because it's a school video. Danny Brown made Atrocity Exhibition, one of my favorite, one of my favorites, And then you got Peggy, Lay Down My Life for You, all that good stuff. And I done inspired a generation of people with those two albums. So bouncing back and learning to be yourself helps you in a way. You okay? You okay? Let's get it. So what does success mean to you personally? Success is having your purpose fulfilled in life. So like I said, I've already inspired generations, but why not inspire more generations? What was that one thing that Kobe said in R.I.P. Kobe? He said that in one commercial. He's like, but are you a different animal inside of the same beast? And I said, what does that mean, Kobe Bryant? See, and I take it to heart nowadays that, you gotta persevere through the worst. You gotta, put more effort into what you do, kid. What was it? If I didn't groundbreak enough with 808s, then I'm a groundbreak harder with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Then I'm a groundbreak harder with Yeezus. You know what I mean? Just keep going harder than what you think you could go. How do you support others when they are struggling? See, I've had people in my life that have had problems, and I've gone to them and talked to them about it. Their friend was in jail and they missed them. I've been like, yo, you okay? And I have gotten small artists. I'm really big out with small artists, and I bring them to the front page. I bring them to the front face. That's how I got Chief Keef. Chief Keef was 16, 17. What's the kid say? Say 7? That's what the kids say now. And it was 16 or 17 when he did Hold My Liquor. And now Chief Keef is generational. Generational in the trap scene, I'd say. And you got Travis Scott, who helped me with some of the Yeezus songs, and then he getting big with Rodeo, and then Utopia was a great album. His last album kind of flopped, though, if I'm gonna be honest. I was on Rodeo, actually. And yeah, again, like I said, Tyler with Bound 2, he helped me make Bound 2, and then I done inspired him. I'm on his albums. I'm on Cherry Bomb, I'm on Igor, and then I produced What's Your Name off of Call Me If You Get Lost. That one record was goated. But yeah, I help bring people to the forefront. When do you choose to take control and when do you step back? So if I'm in an area that I'm not familiar with, then it's not my line yet. As soon as I get familiar with it, then it's my time. But it's not my time yet. I gotta be shown the ropes, I gotta be shown from the greats of this genre. That's how it's done. But when it's something that I am perfected at, or I have perfected in my own, forefront, in my own life, in my own style, then I start taking the wheel. How do you balance listening to others while making decisions? So like I said, a lot of people say that I'm too prideful or that I'm too Kanye. But yet again, I listen to everybody's input. It's an equal balance. So when I'm making the beats in production, somebody's like, yo, this says this. I'm like, okay, tell me how I can make that a little bit better. And I listen, put input, Question 16. What is something people misunderstand about leadership? A lot of people think that being leader is such a hard task. It is not a hard task. It's very easy. Getting there is not easy, but once you start leading, it's very easy. You can, like I said, I'm gonna keep saying this in the interview. I have inspired generations of rappers and kids who want to grow up to become just like me, not new me, but old me, and I love that. I love how I have inspired generations. I love how me being myself has, come to be, if you ever want to be a leader, it's not hard. It is not hard to lead in a crowd or anything. You can just stand up and be like, I'm going to do this a different way. And then other people will start following you. And that's how you influence generations, folks. How do you continue to grow or improve yourself? I always learn about myself like I said earlier, you'll never stop learning lessons in life. You'll never. Life is your school forever. See, um, like you will never stop learning lessons. You will never stop. You will always bounce back. You will always have to learn to bounce back from something. Everybody doesn't go through all the same things, but we are all similar. We are not the same, but we are all similar. You know, everybody is family in a way, and you know, life always gives you lessons. You cannot live a life without a lesson unless you were killed at birth, or unless you're, gosh, unless you're unfundamentally able to comprehend things in your brain, you always, learn things in life. What advice would you give someone trying to become a better leader? Be yourself. Don't, you can copy people's tactics, but don't do it in such a way that isn't you. Always be yourself. Never, ever, ever let anybody, don't let the crowd move you. Don't let the paparazzi, don't let the media tell you what to do. How do you handle pressure or responsibility? Pressure, responsibility. See, so when a lot of people want me to drop, I'm going at my own pace. People think, oh, da da da, and I know my fans aren't the most patient fans ever, and I'm not the most patient person ever either. But only a person reflects your fan base. That's why most of my albums have dropped late. So I usually just still under pressure, I still be myself, go through things, maybe silent myself, be silent on social media and stuff, try not to be out in the public when I'm making stuff, and then once I make stuff and release stuff, I get out in the public. This is the last question. What legacy or impact do you hope to leave on others? Man, I've already left one, but I want to keep making ones where music is always changing. There's never the same period of music for over 20 years, and where everybody is inspired. Where everybody can inspire somebody. I want to inspire generations. I want to inspire eons. I want to inspire millions of kids and millions of people to be themselves and be what they want to be when they're older, man. I thank you. Easy, thanks you. Mwah. And, back to whatever lesson was going on or something. I don't know. I was just sent this by a kid. Have a nice day. Peace.